Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We got game number 3.
Hello.
Hello. We got game number 3 coming at you. In fact, they are already in the game. These guys just want to get it going, and so do we.
All right. Well, I actually still jump on in there.
Let's jump in. He'll eventually come in. We're going to jump in,
slow one of the two.
All right. So, of course, we're tied at 1 game apiece here. 5 of the best taking on Temp team. And we are on the banning draft tournament. Gold coins, plenty are on the line. By the way, shout out to Miss T right there. Miss T, one of the subscribers. For winning the trivia contest. Again, we just plan to have a lot of fun with that, specifically for subscribers, winning 100 gold coins. The question was, who are brother and sisters in the game, and also children of Malakin? The answer, Ophelia and Jeraziah.
Yeah, I don't even know the lore of my favorite heroes, man. I can't tell you the first thing. I wasn't even aware that there was lore for the alt avatars and stuff, too, and unique lore for each of those. I was like, huh?
There's a lot of crazy lore.
I actually feel like I need to catch up now, man.
All right, what do we got going on here, though? Artillery, Pestilence,
I can't get in the
Legionnaire Warbeast.
Game.
Maybe relog?
Just try relogging. I'll try reopening the Han client if I still can't get in here.
There you go.
Picking one more.
All right, so first pick, Moraxis, Aluna, Flux are the next 2 picks coming out here for our Legion team. So, looking back
Moraxis is actually first picked here in this pool, and taking a look at the surrounding cast.
He is definitely a good initiator in this pool.
Yeah, pretty irreplaceable, actually. So, yeah, I can definitely see why they made a case for it. Flux would be and trying to get initiation set up, maybe the next best thing. So, yeah, Prophet being snagged. Other support heroes on the board. We saw Emerald Warden being run as a pseudo support even in the Hot Tour Grand Finals there, and the mid-laner Zfree got to run it.
I do remember that.
They had a pretty strong jungle presence and a pretty strong dueling to go along with it, so it didn't matter too much and just got away with it. Definitely not your top-tier line support, but any heroes with a decent skill set, you can get away with certain stuff given certain lineup compositions. So they already got the Aluna, though, so not really needing to get desperate here. We've seen Grinix being run as a suicide hero, more specifically by Fibelli, a couple times to great success, otherwise not so much. Witchslayer snagged up here, and I would still like to see him, ideally, in more of a solo role. I don't really like seeing that witch support unless you're really, really, really desperate. They've been comfortable with running Polywog support, though, and getting away with it, and just the strongest of lanes not being on either side here. Well, the game 1, they had that Lodestone plus Revenant plus Cthulhu lane, which should work, but either way, they've been able to get away with the weaker support, so if they do choose to play them like that in the end, it wouldn't be the worst thing.
Kronos and Bombardier picked up as the final 2 picks over there.
That's a strong team.
Yeah, it is.
Look at that synergy with Kronos, man. Look at that huge Kronos synergy. Nice initiation from Raxus might cause them to potentially clump or try to respond, at which point your Kronos can jump in. The Plague Rider comes in, the Prophet, the Bombardier. Their entire team is this Kronos synergy, man. It looks like they were crafting it from the start, being like, yeah, we're going to get Kronos. Hell yeah. So that is a beautiful lineup for a banning draft pick. A lot of cohesiveness. I look at the Legion team, and I don't really see that same synergy.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, it's just kind of awkward. I do like the Vindicator, though, to sort of break apart their wombo combo that they're sort of going for. So, that being said, they don't.
And also,
in terms of what were you gonna say?
Well, with Vindicator 2 against it now here, like Bombardier, like Prophet, with that new third once again, putting that totem down, it could cause a lot of issues for a hero like Prophet, like Moraxis, like Bombardier, who have those spammable abilities.
It can, but look at their lineup and look at in terms of initiation, they have a Flux. But look at in terms of like actually getting in there, laying out those stuns, the follow-up burst. You don't feel it as much compared to the Legion team. Look at the you just don't feel it. So I'm a little bit afraid for them in that sense. Like once again, it's just going to be like they don't have enough to kill heroes fast enough in fights.
Yeah.
Witchslayer is there, which inherently offers some level of burst, but
yeah. Also kind of depends, what role he is going to be played in ultimately.
It is a support.
Yeah. Madman, though, definitely received a change in that big patch, the runic shift. Zin's playing the Madman here, but of course his gash ability no longer crit based; it's now just passive damage based. That stacks actually.
It's a buff. I mean, there are a lot of people saying they thought it was nerfed, and you don't get the lucky double crits anymore. But
yeah, so it's people
honestly,
that like the big red numbers, but
no. Honestly, in terms of sustained damage, it is way, way, way higher if he's able to actually lay those autos in. And opens up Rift Shards as a potential item pickup for him now in combination with that gash.
Yeah, true.
You can hit absolutely absurd numbers.
Yeah. This is a Chrono skin here. I don't think I've seen this one yet personally. He's actually holding a shield, like a mini shield. That's pretty interesting. It's like a mage with a mini shield. Anyways,
this the, oh.
He's up here with Prophet. Needs to be careful. You see the whole Legion team up here, but going to be fine in the end. Plague Rider looks like he's going to head all the way to the bottom lane now, as Bombardier most likely going to be middle himself.
Wait, is that shield a clock that he's holding or not?
Yeah, it's like a mini shield. I couldn't really tell.
Does it have a clock face on the front of it?
It doesn't.
Okay.
I can tell.
It's just the Time Lord. No, it doesn't. It's just a Time Lord kind of
cool.
deal. Yep. Sweet. Anyway.
Aluna picked up and no ultimate
Going
avatar.
back to the laning phase here, they're opting to run the Meraxes here in the off lane alongside a Plague Rider support. And Plague Rider being run as a support, it's been talked about a lot, and people felt like that Plague Rider was being used as a suicide, but if you were going to be running him with a more passive laner, Meraxes, you can get aggressive with him, but he has a more he has a skill set that benefits him defensively as well with that Arcane Shield and the Stomp. But something like a Meraxes, a Kraken, things like that, running him in the off lane with a tanky defensive support like a defensive tank, I should say, can benefit you quite greatly and make it so your off lane is just something that you're completely throwing it away.
Yeah.
Especially with no jungle here, once again, to take advantage of that and quickly push it down as they level up quickly, it makes sense.
Madman taking some good harassment here from Prophet, using that persecution and applying in those auto attacks. So Zen's going to also hold his own, though. He does have that stock ability. And also the health potion that he got pulled to him, so needs to be careful, though. Yeah, holy crap.
He's getting run down a little bit here by the Prophet, but not so much. Yeah, he was doing the math.
Jeez.
Just wanted to burn through Prophet's regen more quickly, I suppose, so that ultimately he can get a bit more lane presence.
It's bottom lane. You see Witchslayer and
lane
Aluna
moving towards him too. So
yeah, you see Witchslayer and Aluna down here just being a threat to Meraxes and that Plague Rider.
I actually did not look at the top of the start because I was watching bot. In terms of establishing that lane control, what did they do?
I wasn't paying attention either, so
I feel really bad about it. He didn't pull the wave, did he, initially? No, right?
I believe so. I wasn't watching
tricky,
it, though.
So yeah, they have... I mean, he has complete lane control here. I was just curious if they did anything tricky with that Madman with his invis, like going behind and pulling the wave, you know, and creating that disruption.
Yeah.
I kind of missed it, unfortunately, so...
Flux and Bombardier going at it here in the middle lane. 11-4 Flux, 7-1 Bombardier currently. So seems like Flux is definitely having the better time here. And as you look at Prophet roaming towards mid, actually has a double damage rune that he picked up. But Flux, knowing something's up, does have that. Oh no, there is no vision for him actually at the top side. But aware that Prophet is missing at the least, so making sure not to put himself in too dangerous of a spot here. And instead, Prophet will head back towards the top lane. So Kronos goes to the side shop, though, and he picks up his boots right there. Madman is managing to get some decent farm kills, though, so far. And again, especially in his case, he's really just looking for the levels, ultimately. As Prophet comes back in, and we'll get him to stock away in the meantime. So
yeah, travel time, both Prophet's abilities, too. So in terms of reaction coming out from Madman, it's very easy for him to prevent that follow-up damage. Anytime he sees the Prophet heading towards him with one of those spells, he can instantly invis and won't be safe from any follow-up unless they have True Sight, so. Bombardier against Flux here in middle lane. How's that matchup evolving? We actually see the Flux dominating the early CS game, 19-4 versus 14. I shouldn't say dominating, but definitely sitting on top of that throne. Regen-wise, what's his status too? Has a bottle charge left, and Bombardier is out, so yeah, he's doing well there.
Vindicator, again, harassing with that brain drain ability, especially if you can hit both of them. Can be quite the annoyance there.
Yeah, pretty strong dual range harassing. They did make it so that Vindicator had Master's Incantation level 2. Remember, it no longer has a cast time with only 2 points into it. Not really seeming to care about it, though, and going for the Glyph of Silence instead, in spite of that. So, really valuing the what will ultimately be that giant AoE. I shouldn't say giant AoE, but the silence around that Glyph to break up that team combo as we talked about.
It's kind of interesting to get that, though, in the laning phase, especially right here. It's not...
I wanted to harass in a dual lane versus a dual lane. Yeah, I could see that, but I mean, let's look at how they're doing. I mean, Merax is sitting at 13 CS, Vindicator sitting at 17-5 and having lane control right here, so winning the lane in spite of that.
That is true. Madman continuing, he says, Prophet, if you're going to try to harass me, I'm just going to stalk you down and put in some auto attacks on him in that jungle right there. So, ooh, middle lane, Bombardier gets fine, actually.
I wanted to mention, too, I mean, he's winning the lane in spite of that because, I mean, they have that Witch Slayer, so more reason as to why he doesn't really need it for that laning phase. If it was that straight 2v2, would make more sense at that point. But, yeah, he has a lot more leniency.
Yeah, you see more access going all the way back to the creep wave.
I wanted to say it is easier to use Witch Slayer now and Polywog as defensive supports in these defensive pseudo tri-lanes there when he's being used as a puller, since it allows him to get that experience without having to really dip into the lane too much. Especially levels 1 and 2, he's absolutely useless.
Yeah.
Now that he's level 3, his stun actually kind of does something, 130 damage, not the most, but it has 1.5 second stun, has the extra disable. He's a little bit more useful now, so.
Look at Madman trying to maybe set up a gank here in the middle lane. Bombardier.
I like the movement. I like the movement. He actually seems vulnerable right here to the stomp.
There we go. The release coming out on top of the meta. Going to surge the... Oh, the stock does finally come in. There's the barrel roll. Will he get enough auto attacks off stock? Or, yeah, stock another 2 seconds. 1 second. There's the stock, and there's the Bloodlust kill on to Leaf 2 right there. Zinz putting the Roam Madman on, and it gets the Bloodlust kill as a result.
Super tanky Flux, man, making life really difficult here for Bombardier. Bombardier was confident, oh, I got the bomb, I'm putting out tons of harass, this is great, I know I can't kill him, but man, I'm doing a lot of damage, and well, Flux tanky enough to sort of be the Matador there, I should say, and baited him on out for Madman to come quickly clean up the kill.
See Madman right there, running into Prophet yet again. Prophet trying to protect that top rune. It is going to spawn a refreshment, and actually, I believe Madman might have even picked it up, but
well,
he does
time to heal.
Bottle.
He's going to go fill up his bottle, take a trip on home, and go back to that top lane. Kronos does have his ultimate now, though, which will reveal the Madman as well.
True. Flux gets the double damage rune for the bottom. He, too, is level 6. It has that discharge now of his ultimate, that global presence, of course. Speaking of Kronos, so another 2,000 gold save. Is he going Alchemist Bones? I mean, he went Boots first, though, so that really wouldn't make too much sense, I guess. Really looking to rush that Alchemist Bones. But, yeah, 2,000 gold saved up on Kronos now.
I mean, Mighty definitely has the capacity for it. Courier flying to bottom lane, though, with a set of Lightstone, so... Holy crap, Lightstones won't do it for him there. Does he have a health potion? He does, okay. Coming out from Plague Rider, who is actually taking a journey for it. Careful for the Brain Drain range, man. He can actually disable it, but doesn't. I mean, did he not have vision or something?
I don't think he had vision, no.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was daytime.
Yeah, but it was still a little too far away.
Okay. Yeah, I was a bit zoomed out there, so...
Kronos still pulling up that gold, man. 2,300 now. Courier is back at base, but using it just yet. Bottom tower, in the meantime, is taking a lot of heavy harassment here.
Witch Slayer
low half-life. Oh, wow, yeah.
Camping out there, but has to move. No angle found.
So Kronos finally finished his steam boost, and he still has another 1,500 gold saved up here.
That's sitting on some decent farm. Kronos has ridiculous damage, though, man. It's built into the hero at level 1, and then here with the strength zoom, it's on 73, 79. Yeah, he has really, really strong base damage.
Yeah, Curse of Ages allows him some very good. It's a very good farming tool, especially when you're by yourself, like you're talking about.
Yeah, and just inherently his base damage is strong too. So
that too, yeah. Boots picked up a Prophet. You see Steam Boots finished on Moraxis in the meantime. How about the Legion side, though, and their positives? Vindicator is leading the team at 300 gold per minute. He has that Ring of the Teacher Steam Boots. Flux going to the bottom rune. Bombardier going to try to stop him as much as possible. They're protecting the haste rune. Aluna picks it up right in front of Plague Rider. He actually puts some damage on Plague Rider right there. Madman now coming in. Actually, Bombardier's in some trouble. Flux coming in. Does not have his discharge. It doesn't matter, though. The magnetic surge right there will set up the kill onto Bombardier. So Zin's actually getting credit for it. So again, this roaming Madman, he knows he can't do much at the top, and in fact, going down to Prof right here. Flux holding his ground. The barrel roll comes out, and the magnetic surge to finish him off.
The tankiness of this Flux, man, is just like throwing everyone in the Hellborn team on tilt as they sort of overextend going for him. Kronos in a game like this, apparently confident here to go for that Rune Cleaver. It's in a neutral setup right here. Just really wants to become that ultra late game beast. So you have two routes with Kronos, and that's either you go for that Rune Cleaver route or you go for more something like the Helm and into straight damage items and go for the hard farm route, which will give him a bigger late game in the end, of course.
Yeah.
but he has a kind of wombo combo team that
I
kind of wanted to see get a little bit more active early. Not that he can't get active with this item build, it's just not as capable of doing so. Going in right here, actually, to...
Oh, wow, there you go, the global presence. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yep. Damage, man.
Imagine if he gets multiple people in that now. So the airstrike setup right there gets the kill. However, Bombardier at the same time, he's actually in a little bit of trouble. The discharge going to be used, but the follow-up not in time. And then a surge auto attack. Yes, Flux will get the kill. The sticky bomb caused a couple of issues there, but Flux is able to pull through with the kill in the end. So good assistance from Bombardier at the top lane, but he does die in the end as well. And he's now 1 and 3.
I like that skill build coming out from Flux too. A lot of people are like, oh, and you get the E for range. I mean, you got to keep in mind, Flux is 350 range, but your magnetic surge is actually 400. So, yeah, you do get passive range added to your magnetic surge, but with the cooldown reduction, that is so important. And the extra damage coming out from your release, you just... One of the problems with Flux when you get that E is the lack of damage once again. So by leveling up both abilities, he actually becomes quite a powerful hero. Yeah. And I like seeing that skill build more, typically.
Aluna is right here in the middle lane.
Yeah, catching this Prophet out of reach. He's
dead. Oh, Prophet. There's the release. There's the surge and the auto attack to finish him off. I guess the surge to finish him off. And the bottom tower in the meantime. So, big swing of momentum here for a Legion team. What is 5 of the best here.
Still, no one wants to go to that top lane knowing the power of Kronos now with that ultimate. On cooldown right now, of course, alongside Bombardier, but the amount of presence he has with Bombardier's ulti at any point on the map. Just... kind of crazy. Just what are you doing? Yeah. I was like, where are you going, Kronos?
He finishes it. Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, when he first went with the crown, I was like, what is he thinking? But then all of a sudden the airstrike came out. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. So, yeah, definitely being able to pull that out. Like I was saying, too, getting multiple heroes in that Kronos field, that lines up the airstrike easy, man. I mean, airstrike can be difficult to land at times, but you got a
too. I mean, Sport Prophet can sometimes have a hard time landing those auto attacks to make the shared fate truly effective. Kronos ulti makes that so easy. So yeah, Kronos Dream Team here. Both teams playing quite effectively, and right now we see they do have the level 2 Glyph of Silence, going to be level 4 in no time at this point. I really haven't gotten to see a truly well-played Vindicator, especially with this early Glyph of Silence since the patch.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's, the Glyph of Silence, the change to that with the totem. And
Internet Gangsters ran him some, but I never got to really see him have the impact I was looking for in the games we cast. And some of the games we didn't cast, I saw the Vindicator actually winded up carrying. Still, not the ones that we covered, so excited for this one.
On cast.
Yeah.
We'll see if sequence comes through for us.
Luna moving towards the mid lane, but they have rotation. It looks like that might be a... Where's the Kronos actually? Sorry. Kronos is already there, positioned. Looking to maybe catch some of the people fleeing here. Has that long range sleep, but not going to use it.
Thought about it, but the Leap just wasn't feeling confident with it right there, even with all that team support, and in the end wants to go back to farm. He's getting very close to that Rune Cleaver, the Sustainer, the Broadsword, so just needs the one more now. And that Rune Cleaver is going to be finished. The fact that he's farming 425 gold per minute even before he gets to this already is pretty damn impressive. And he's already got some jungle stacks to work with too. Lightbrand just finished on Vindicator in the meantime. So that's going to be his item of choice as far as first item.
Actually, he's pretty ridiculously fast farmer with that Lightbrand. Lightbrand on top of the brain drains on the AoE presence in general, but they're going for the kill here in mid lane.
Oh, wait, what was that?
That was a Flux on a Luna.
No, Bombardier airstrike, though. I don't even know where he airstriked. Maybe it was Madman top, but... Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, the Chronosphere was used, and they tried to kill Madman. Yeah, but so as he was getting gone, and he tried to air, I wonder if that maybe caused an issue there as far as his...
I didn't get to see the initiate. I was watching mid lane. So.
Yeah, so was I. But I heard him go off, and the cooldown went on, so... yeah, big kill on a Bombardier there.
Rune Cleaver isn't up, actually. Ported to top. He had 600 gold for that a little bit ago, so not actually getting any farm here. Tried to pick off the Madman, and in the end, nothing coming out of it. Should be able to finish it out here, but that buys some nice time here for the Legion team.
A little bit more time, and so you look at Flux and Vindicator for that matter. Again, both farming pretty well here for their side. Flux, perhaps that portal key going to be coming along.
Did Vindicator silence actually interrupt?
Okay, yeah, he did use that too, yeah.
Any of the damage, like, I honestly would have to...
I don't know how it actually played out, yeah. Kronos able to avoid that Graveyard Stun right there. He will still get hexed. The Silver Bullet, and yes, he will fall. He does have 2 points in the Rewind, but unfortunately it didn't work for him right there.
No, and interesting thing to know about Kronos, too, is that Rewind, is Incense a heal. So a couple things. Witchslayer's ultimate, it's not like if you get hit by it and you're at 10%, if you're at 20% health, you get by a Witchslayer ulti, it'll finish you. You have no chance to heal it back because it will kill you. So damage that is fatal to you, lethal damage will just straight up take you out. You have no chance to recover it. So Witchslayer is really effective against that. Side cash is being quickly dropped there. Level 4 Prophet is still suffering here against the might of this Flux.
That was a 3 versus 1 in favor of the Hellborn team, and Flux just like, I'm going beast mode, and just turned it on to Prophet right there and ran away.
Witchslayer ultimately was providing some presence at least, but which maybe led to them pulling back, which allowed Flux to do that. It wasn't like he was completely alone, but in terms of damage output, sure. Man quickly pushing this. Kronos' ulti is back up and ready to rumble with it. Miraxis has that portal key.
Oh, it does.
Aluna is in a terrible spot right now, Breaky. But he's not perceptive.
Go. Nope.
Big stun, come on!
Didn't
even try for it.
Didn't go for it.
Does he even want to play? I mean, he's just no, it's okay.
Not able to pull through right there, unfortunately.
Yeah, that would have been a nice, any sort of pick off would have been nice. At least they stopped the tower from getting pushed down.
Kronos still working on the Rune Cleaver. I mean, again, as we saw him die, so he still needs that second broadsword. It seems like we've been saying that now for 3 or 4 minutes here. So it's definitely been slowed down with that set. He still has the stacks waiting for him between the jungle, the triple stack Ancients. So definitely still has that ready to go here, but we'll have to wait a little bit longer, unfortunately, as far as picking it up. You mentioned that portal key on Miraxis, and Miraxis has definitely come along pretty nicely for his side. Another 2,000 gold saved up on Vindicator in the meantime. Pulling up the GPM chart, yeah, wow. Vindicator and Flux are...
Right, I gotta say this Flux man, though, he's been the star of the Legion team, largely responsible for creating this golden experience disparity. I don't really like to put it all on one player, but he handled his mid matchup so well. He has found those angles. Well, I'll say Flux, but Zint's also on that Madman, moving around and also creating those kills, help Flux get more of that the snowball momentum that I always like to bring up. So, you know, those two players really doing a lot of work. I mean, Witchslayer now he's out of the weak support range, and he's actually pretty damn effective. A level 7 Witchslayer with this kind of a start, 1,300 gold and Steam Boots, man. Awesome. Secondary support Witchslayer, if you're able to get out of that early hole that you're always going to be put into just by picking Witchslayer, given how weak his level 1, level 2 abilities are, you get out of that hole, and from here on out, he's at the top of his game. I'd much rather have a Witch in this case than a lot of other supports, period. Especially going up against a hard carry like Kronos.
Yeah, Witchslayer, the fact that he does have those levels, and again, that portal key, if you can get that.
The massive amount of lockdown, the burst against the Kronos, who has no vestments, mind you, just finished his Rune Cleaver now. It felt like he was edging up on it so long ago, and I shouldn't say so long ago, but should have had it a few minutes ago at least, and just wasn't able to find it. So, yeah, ALG, man, that's... They were in a pretty good game. They had a lineup which really what was conducive to grouping up and laying down that team smash, team mumbo combo, and instead went for the more passive Rune Cleaver route. And what you see now, it's not like his team is solely paying dearly for it. They've been creating action elsewhere, but I just feel like I would have liked to see something that would just encourage a straight up early action instead.
Well, they are kind of more so committed now, especially to this style here. I mean, he has taken out the stacks here, specifically the Ancients, and so the GPM does raise quite a bit as expected, but if you look at what the Legion team's doing right now, at least they were. Aluna's the only one left up here. She's by herself currently. Aluna needs to be a little careful.
Doesn't know about the Prophet this aggro. Yeah. The Prophet moving out of those woods there at the right timing, but not going to actually be able to catch him. Doesn't have that shared fate either yet to provide any sort of slow to enhance that ability. Madman continuing to farm the enemy woods here. What does he got? Needs to keep his invis up in case they approach. And actually look at Miraxis, man. You're going to find this Madman out of position.
There's the airstrike as well, just in case if he's going to try to stalk away right there. Leaf 2 said, airstrike comes out, gets the kill, so well played right there. And you saw that coming, and sure enough, Madman does fall in the end. Grimoire Power just finished on sequence, by the way, playing this Vindicator. So, man, his farm really has progressed. Very nice.
I mean, no, Vindicator will farm ridiculously fast with that. I mean, that is no question. I want to see what else they've got going for him. Now, Bombardier's airstrike is down, so a little bit of a window of vulnerability here. They still have Kronos's, it's actually going Helm. He just picked up his Beast Heart, so. I mean, he does need some sort of tanky presence, otherwise Witchslayer will eat him alive. Witchslayer trying to finish up that Blink Dagger to make Kronos' life a living hell, but not able to pick it up just yet. Really getting close. The Vindicator's like, you know what, you want to farm? Too bad. It's me. I would rather have seen Vindicator go back to the jungle. The woods are spawning right here and give Witchslayer that farm, man, because a Portal Key and Witchslayer means a lot more than a little bit of a pickup here on Vindicator.
Yeah.
Honestly, you got to give those secondary supports especially some love sometimes. Yeah, Witchslayer's going to the woods, but I would just let him get this Portal Key, man. Either way, picking it up a little bit slower, but
yeah, there is a bit of gold attempting to be gone around. I mean, you can't forget about Madman this whole time. I mean, he also needs plenty of farm, and it has definitely started to progress for him. Continue to even.
Prophet top lane, but there's no one here to really combine with the Aluna to drop him down, so maybe he's going to use this Invis rune to place an aggressive ward here. But if he does so right now, he's going to be finding himself in a terrible spot. There are 4 people of the Hellborn team rotating, and
scouting
Rev Ward actually placed right there in that spot now, so...
Yep, he's going to walk in.
There's 2 Rev Wards, man. They haven't set up. He's just... that's not even in response to the Luna. That's just trying to keep his jungle safe.
Yeah.
Go Invis and block the stack.
Oh, Plague Rider, actually. Plague Rider's another one that might be in some trouble. He's definitely in trouble. Runs right into Flux. He was going for the
me,
rune,
man.
And down he falls. That's a barrel roll from Madman actually to snipe him out right there. Get the kill steal at the last second.
Well, yeah. Well, kill steal, but good to toss the carry some gold. I like it. I like it.
The illusion rune was bottled up by Flux as well during all of that. So Plague Rider just simply wanted to protect the rune, spawning at 20-minute mark and cost him his life right away. So
just trying to be a good little Plague Rider and support, and instead getting abused. I must say that was the first pick off on him, though. Only 89 gold per minute, but that was the first death, actually. So
trying to stay alive. Vindicator, a Mighty Blade now picked up, so very likely a Shrunken Head for him. Helmet of the Black Legion has been finished on Kronos. We've got Arcana on Meraxis. Other than that, nothing too much. Bombardier's been somewhat struggling. 230 gold per minute here. Trying. Aluna's in trouble. There we go. Quakesun coming out, farming herself at this top lane. That's just...
they don't have vision up there. It's,
that's just silly, honestly.
They have a Kronos, they have a Meraxis with PK. Yeah, it is silly.
Main support Aluna's pushing up a lane like that. Oops.
Up to a certain point, it was okay, but when you're right outside the second tier tower with no vision, I mean, they do have a ward for the lane, but that's not seeing nearly enough, man.
There's a lot of gotcha on this.
Especially with the Portal Key, yeah. And nighttime. Not quite yet, but going to be there soon, so. A minute here.
21.5 minutes in with that said. About a 4,000 goal lead, 4,800 experience lead here in favor of 5 of the best. Again, they're coming off that Game 2 victory to force this third and final game here. By the way, the other series, I forgot to actually check on that, honestly. The other series, Justice League versus 4.5 Men. I believe it's finished. But yeah, Justice League, they've been looking really,
I saw some
really
all
good.
chat.
Justice League 1-2-1? Really? So it was the third game, wow.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw some all chat coming out from Justice League. Not all chat, buddy chat, I should say. So usually after victory, people are a little bit higher spirits.
Yeah.
After losses, people tend to go quiet. So I sort of figured they won. Kronos here with that Mithril Helmet. Curious if he's going to go that Shield Breaker route or for something more like the Thunderclaw. Actually, not a horrible item for Kronos, but Charge Hammer increasing his bash potential, but AoE amongst his Chrono field. But either way, I've got to say now that the Legion team is sort of rolling, and I'm worried a little bit, for once again the fact that Kronos jumps in and the combo is completely getting broken by this Vindicator. It sort of leaves him hanging at that point. So
yeah, with the totem and that final chapter, and the fact that he's nearly level 16 on top of that. That final chapter is going to be 5 seconds of global silence that you have to deal with, pinning, Shrunken Head.
They're getting caught in the same
way. Oh, wow, yeah, bottom lane. Plague is coming out. There's the final chapter coming out for Vindicator, trying to get a turret kill at least. On a Prophet, not going to happen, though. He will eventually fall. The Plague bounced pretty well right there. And actually, Flux comes in, but now Flux is in some trouble. Gets cut in the corner field. The airstrike on top of that. Quota's putting in the auto attacks. Flux trying to run away. Meraxis. Big play right there. Portal Key. 2-for-1 exchange.
Yeah, no, I don't know, dude. They're getting caught out in the same way. Do they keep forgetting that they have a Kronos and a Meraxis? I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure at this point, because shame on them, honestly. Shame on them for making that same mistake twice. They they were in such a good spot, and then he used the final chapter without much team support around.
Yeah.
Sure, it allowed them to pick off. I mean, who did they even kill there in the end?
Prophet.
They killed the
Gave a bunch of
Prophet?
chips up to him, yeah.
Oh, yeah, great. You killed the level 8 Prophet in exchange for your, giant cooldown here on final chapter. 100 seconds left, at which they can't fight without it. I mean, sure, Chronofield's down, but yeah, it's going to go back to the farming game for a bit here. Did go for the shield breaker instead, so more of the rock carry DPS, maybe looking to pick up a wing bow or something as the game gets later and later. I've seen Madman sitting on those items for a long time without
Yep, he has
dying.
3,200 gold. He's pulling up. My guess is maybe a straight shrunken head. I mean,
we used to see that, but he's going.
There's
a lot of AOE here, but
yeah, his talent build does allow him to do that. I mean, with the gash, the berserk, well, he doesn't even have berserk yet, but once he gets to next level, he could put out a lot of good damage with minimal items. That's something I've always liked about Madman. But we'll see what he does go for in the end. Kronos, level 16, he gets a double damage here, and you mentioned the shield breaker that he did finish.
He doesn't really want to go flash farm items because he already has Vindicator sort of filling that role on the team.
Yeah.
Consuming a lot of farm, and Flux also ahead of the curve, so definitely wants to go something that's going to allow him to participate a bit more. Still sitting on that 3,100, so yeah, the early Shrunken Head definitely looking tasty for him, especially going up against his Prophet, Plague Rider, Bombardier, Meraxis AoE combo.
Yep. That'll be very useful for those, so I definitely can see where Zinz is coming from
Double
there.
damage Kronos, hungry for some action.
He does have that Chronosphere ready, but
make anything happen with him. They do have Bombardier ulti, but just waiting for someone to go farm outside the tower. Again here, a Legion team.
Yeah, not finding the opportunity that they were looking for. They're going to clean us the Ancients in the meantime as the Legion side over here.
I just don't get why they didn't like 5-man force anything like a little bit sooner when they had the 6K advantage and the Vindicator silence to break up the combo. It felt like that was a pretty good time. Madman was sitting on 20-something hundred gold. Figured they could buy up. They had Witchslayer portal key. Just a lot of things going in their favor.
Yeah.
Kronos even jumping in, Vindicator silence in response. If you have the Flux up as the front man, the silence comes out, the counter hex onto the Kronos, so he's not even doing much damage. And at that point, your team has total reign over the team fight. So yeah, sitting back for now.
Bottom lane, Vindicator kind of pushing it up. Plague Rider is nearby by himself, but he does have a lot of support coming in. Kronos thinking about coming down there as well as several more players, but I don't think Vindicator's going to continue. You do have Witch there, someone nearby. The support side is spotting him, but he is going to go into the jungle instead and should be fine for now. But Bombardier, Meraxis, and Kronos were all grouped up here, hoping that somebody would jump this Plague Rider. Doesn't happen, though, in the end, so going to be fine for now. Madman, 34 more 100 gold saved up for him. So that Shrunken Head definitely looking more and more likely here. Speaking of Shrunken Head, the one on Vindicator just picked up recently. 3,000 gold on Flux. Could possibly be one for him, too, so we'll see. We'll see if that comes out for him. Obviously, Witcher's been sitting on that portal key for a while now, too. I don't even think he's really gotten to use it, honestly.
Trying to think of any pickoffs he's had with it, given that he's had 1 kill and 0 kills and 1 assist. And it's like, probably nope. Not. I mean, he got it when they still had a 5K advantage or something about that, but
Kronos level 3.
yeah, I mean, it does seem peculiar, doesn't it? It's just, given the sort of position they were in the game, it looked really, really sound. They're still not in a bad spot. It's just level 3 ultimate up on Kronos now, and just allowed the Hellborn team to sort of climb back into it. Hellflower up on Meraxis. I mean, they're only going up against more without bringing a lot more to the table other than a Shrunken Head on Vindicator. A Shrunken Head and Madman, sure, but none of that mattered because they had the Vindicator silence anyway. And they're weak enough at a point, and they could have shut down the Kronos' farm. So yeah, it's nice. But in terms of like the relative advantage, it's gone down. And I'm not just saying that because of the golden experience, just in terms of how the game's progressing on their side, the major pickups on the Hellborn side in general relative to what they opted for on the Legion team. So,
running towards the top lane, but Kronos actually leaping away before any danger is experienced.
The Shieldbreaker 3 now up as well. So
yeah, 239 max damage. Jeez. Very hard. And actually, Legion side, we got 4 of the players grouping up here on the 5 of the best.
Just wants to go, and he's edging up for a potential leap, but they did back up right away. In terms of vision, they actually didn't have anything there on the Legion side, so just choosing to play it safe there that time instead. So
it worked out for them pretty well.
Yeah, decently.
You see, instead they're going to kind of collapse here in the middle lane now. Vindicator level 16 again, cleaning up the Ancients here. Continuing to pick up the farm. So yeah, these two teams, I mean, honestly, this event so far has definitely seemed like it's been pretty action-packed for the most part, with the spanning draft tournament especially. But these two teams, going from last game and now even into this one, a little more safer play, a little more of not taking the big
also in the
risks
game one where we had the aggressive play.
Game one was pretty crazy, yeah.
There was the roaming elephant in that game, and they
true.
used it to pretty damn good effectiveness, honestly. But even that game, it did go the distance.
Yeah, it did actually.
Right, we had the Dark Lady trying to contend with them in the late game, so yeah, they've drawn it out here, so definitely a longer series. Actually getting close to sort of round 2 starting time almost here.
Yeah.
Now that I'm looking at it.
Justice League, I'm sure, waiting nearby, waiting to see which team they're going to play again in the finals. There's a third-place match as well, I believe. So the loser of this will still be set to play against, in this case, 4.5 men. So this will be a little bit something to play for. But again, Ultimate is just gold coins on the line, and I say just line. I mean, gold coins you can definitely buy a bunch of cool stuff in game, so it's still something. And as well as the Ultimate avatars, the Aluna Ultimate avatar.
Yeah. Hellborn at this point has completely recovered the deficit they were in. I can't. The speech jammer again, man. The speech jammer is just killing me, man.
Are they going to actually make a push here? That's the question. We do see 5 of the best. They are grouped up, moving up here. Madman. Haven't seen those front lines liking that new shrunken head of his. Plague. Oh, that's Prophet. Excuse me, over here. Ready to go in if Hellborn side, if Temp team feels it necessary. They got Kronos or Miraxis porting in. Everyone else is here now, but Legion team is going to fall back before, it looks like. Unless Flux really goes for it. No. Going to be in the front lines.
Flux kind of being a bait, yeah. That's a shrunken head. So they're up for a lot of shrunken heads, is knowing that even though they have Vindicator, it's where a lot of their damage comes from, and if they disable the Vindicator, the Kronos with the Witch Slayer, who's staying back with the portal key, there should be no reason Witch Slayer does not hex the Kronos after Kronos ulties.
There we go, Miraxis jumps in onto Flux. So, tower will be denied in the end. Look at that, Mammoth. There's the Flux ultimate, but not the best follow-up. Final chapter going to be used, though. Plague Runner will end up falling. So, one ability that they won't have to worry about. Miraxis now, he's being gone out. There's the Matrix going to be activated. Kronos still in the background, waiting for the opportunity. Nice Quake Shadow right there. Vindicator's in a lot of trouble as well. So, perfect air strike coming out. Witch Slayer will fall. Talbot on Vindicator, though. The double Talbot trying to keep him alive. Will it be enough? No, it just won't be enough. In the meantime, in the background, Madman going for Bombardier. Bombardier, the tablet over the ledge. There's the stuns from Prophet, the Persecution. Miraxis also assisting. And at the last second, Algae comes in and cleans him up. So in the end, our Hellborn team, in Temp team, does come out on top there of that fight.
Carmadias, you had one job, man. You had one job. That's a hex the Kronos.
Get it?
No, he went in instead and then got stomped on by Miraxis, so didn't get to accomplish much with that stun either. Didn't get to accomplish really anything there, unfortunately. So this portal key pickup, as devastating it can be on Witch Slayer, is not being used to the most effectiveness. And I don't know, man. What's going on? What's going on?
Our producer's over there, you know.
Is he trolling you or something?
Ordering some Jimmy John's, eating while we're hard at work over here, casting a video game. I'm making him feel bad. I'm making him feel bad. Anyways, having some fun over here. Yeah, so getting the Conqueror kill on top of everything else now. Kronos picking up that token of life. He has another 3,500 gold. That's just ridiculous. Hellfire and Miraxis, 1,800 gold on Bombardier. So no doubt, Temp team in the better of spots right now. When you do look at the big picture right here, so. Oh boy. Again, Justice League waiting to see who their opponent may be here.
You're looking at a 10K swing here, at least in terms of 11K swing in terms of experience, and 8 to 9K in terms of gold at this point. So momentum clearly in favor of the Hellborn team. It's the point where they got enough items, they got tankier, they grew, and all of a sudden the damage they had is no longer being sufficient. I mean, Witch Slayer kind of needs to jump in with the Flux there in order to guarantee the disable so they can kill anything, but if he does, then he's going to get counter-initiated on and body slam, so.
Yeah.
I feel like they took this game in a very, very weird direction. Maybe they just didn't realize how strong they were on the Legion side. Put a little bit too much stock into these shrunken heads here and waited to farm it up. So temp team looking in strong position here to go to the grand finals. ALG looking almost unstoppable now with that token of life. And what was that? Okay, he had a shrunken. Okay, yeah, he had the shrunken head himself. So doesn't really care about the Vindicator silence anymore. Going to be able to get off easy counter initiate too.
Yeah.
At this point, Legion team's got to be shaken, man.
That yeah, it's the synergy of everything here for the Hellborn side on top of just a massive farm for Kronos. It's a beautiful thing. We do see Flux actually needs to be a little careful, as we got temp team starting to make a push themselves. They only have 1 tower kill, by the way. So again, they've not been
That means that's a good thing, because that means they have a lot of gold to make up still, and they're already in a huge lead. So
yeah, you're right. The middle lane now being pushed in, and you see right away. 5 of the best. They're like, we're not interested in fighting you right now. So you can go ahead and have our tower. Damn it. Kronos gonna lead the way with that as gets the tower kill, enhancing that GPM even more. For 535 gold per minute. Vindicator still pretty impressive himself, 444. So sequences most certainly making
won't matter though against
Vindicator.
Kronos with Shrunken Head, man. Has a Grimoire, so the extra damage from it's gonna be hard, man. I mean, it's true damage that he has with Master's Invitation, sure, but it's just.
Is Kronos saying ride or die? I swear he's saying ride or die. Did I watch Fast and the Furious too much recently? I mean,
what?
It sounds like ride or die. I mean,
did you?
Hold on. It's like when he randomly attacks.
Wait,
keep listening. It's not happening anymore. Enhance the sound. Zoom in, enhance the sound. It probably doesn't, you're right. It just seems like it should.
I'll try to zoom in on him here and see what happens.
I swear he's saying ride or die, which doesn't even make sense, so probably not, but I don't know.
Maybe you can ask Sound Wizard over there what he actually says.
What is it? What are you saying?
Time to die, you get it? Because he's Kronos, time to die.
Okay, so that makes more sense.
Come on, man. Ride or die. Time to die. Because he's Kronos, time. It's time to die.
I guess.
You don't want to believe it. You just want ride or die.
I want ride or die, man. Vin Diesel up in here. Need some Fast and the Furious. Anyways. What's going on? I just saw Acolyte staff on Bombardier. No, he sold it, though. So he wants to make sure he has buyback, probably, or maybe just go straight for the Sheep Stick with the Mana Tube as well. Vindicator, I believe he got a Mana Tube himself, so he just needs the Acolyte staff now, and there you go. So he has his Sheep Stick.
Sheep Sticks on either side, gearing up for an ultimate final confrontation here. They obviously don't want to do while the Token of Life is still up, and well, the Hellborn team is not attempting to break base, so it's very likely they could just wait this out and farm more and go the extra 2 minutes. I want to see the bottom lane push. They are grouping up for it. One of the last 2 remaining outer towers, bottom and top, so bottom lane push would give them bigger control of the enemy jungle, and given the fact that they have a token, it's a fight heavily in their favor.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining on that token, so this is pretty good timing, it seems like, for temp team in the end. Again, this is game 3 here on the Spec of 3.
Oh god, the bottom. I was still looking at the second.
There.
It's still. Oh my.
That's what I was saying, man. I mean, they were not pushing towers at all early on. They were just letting the fights come to them, and it worked out. But they are definitely pushing here. The only bottom and the top outer towers remain as far as secondary. In the meantime, though, our Legion team and 5 of the best, they're trying to counter push at least.
Yeah, no, but look at where Kronos, he poured it in. They're actually going to try to make a jump here.
Oh yeah. They must have saw that, though.
Oh yeah,
so
maybe.
We'll fall back.
They backed up right there. They left the lane on the Hellborn team. I think they should have stayed in the lane, so it gave them the illusion that they continued the push. And then maybe they would have lingered to try to push it, and Kronos was already there. Laid down the ultimate, and then the ports in would come.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what they were looking for, but not choosing to keep up with it. Well, Kronos already saying at 300 gold if he wants. By the time that token ends out, he could be sitting on a wing bow or some other major damage item pickup. The wing bow would be pretty damn phenomenal, though.
Yeah, 5 of the best definitely read something there and got them to fall back before any traps were had. So they do just that and still staying alive here. If anything, and again, wanted to keep the pressure up as much as they can. But that does mean, I mean, Kronos with that token of life, it's definitely not going to be used really in the end. in terms of pushing into the base at least, and getting that aggression out. So Legion team in 5 of the best, they won't have to worry about that. Bottom lane, Bombardier Moraxis kind of sitting down here. They're waiting for somebody, and that somebody may be coming here. Vindicator wants to farm up the lane a little bit. You see the brain drain going to be used, but oh, they both fall back, as I think it's just not safe in the end. So
Shieldbreaker grabbed by the Madman. He's working on upgrading it too. I don't know if we mentioned that pickup, but
no.
You mentioned he's able to do a lot with a little, and just 1 damage item on top of the shrunk. Give him a fair amount of room, especially going up against these casters. The Bombardier, Prophet, and Blade Rider, if he finds an angle there.
Yeah.
Pretty easy for him to carve right on through them. So look forward to see what use he can make out of that. Flux going for a sheep stick of his own, and not that far off. I mean, has the Orban 1700, a double sheep stick looking to make Kronos' life.
Flux just
trouble in these fights.
Yeah.
Okay, Token is now gone. 5100, going straight to farm up more. It's going to be a few more minutes, obviously, before Conqueror's back up. I saw him by the pit, but yeah, he is going for that wing bow pickup. I do like it. And no clear Savage Mace going to be coming out anytime soon here for the Legion team. Madman going for, once again, the Shield Breaker instead. Wanted that earlier efficiency, so.
Back at base right now. 1500 gold on Witchslayer, by the way. He's also level 11, so has a level 2 Super Bullet at least.
You know what he wants? He wants that staff for that new.
Wants that staff, of course.
That new ability that I've never gotten. I've actually never seen Staff Witch since the change with a silver bullet through a shrunken head.
Hey, that's
because initially when you're jumping with Witchslayer, the idea is you want to blink and hex the carry and then kill it before he even gets anything off anyway.
It does seem a little
Not to
silly.
say I haven't seen plenty of circumstances where that hasn't gone in and a silver bullet couldn't, but it's a lot of gold to invest into an ideal circumstance like that when you can create your own path usually without having to rely on it. When you're going against like a Nullstone Trunk game, maybe a little bit more of a thing, but anyway.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. It's the practicality. It does seem like it's
so one of the coolest changes in my book. I like to see those unique
change.
effects added to staffs, man.
Yeah, it was a good idea, a good initiative.
Changes things up.
Hopefully we start seeing more and more.
Pyromancer
No,
he
Pyromancer didn't get anything this patch. 2,800 gold on Flux. 2,100 on Vindicator, so PvE missions continue here for these two teams. Oh, we're just having our moments, aren't we? I assume it's just people obviously have no clue what's going on. I just keep looking over at our producer Pan Man, and he's trolling me basically.
I actually have no idea. It's on Silsa.
Yeah. Kronos. You mentioned the Dancing Blade, so that wing bow is a coming here. Gonna this really.
Okay.
Eating chips now over the stream.
Yeah, I don't find it funny, man.
So much.
Go down later.
What was I getting at though? Oh yeah, this rate though, I mean, we'll be probably jumping into the finals. Not too much of a break in between these games, of course. So it's kind of the good news there. Too much of a break. What? Wait, what just happened? Oh, the Assassin. Yeah, that makes sense. Genjiro coming out. Let's see. We're thinking Wingbow, but okay, Genjiro going to be happening.
That's
for Kronos.
Works too.
Yep, that's a pretty good item.
It's like the offensive partner to a Wingbow. People were talking about the Wingbow last game, but they were going with Arachna. There's a Swift Blade in that game as well, who I don't believe the True Strike aura actually applies to melees. And top of the fact that Wingbow is a great aggressive item in general, so yeah, there's a team there. But yeah, it was a fair point that yes, there's an Arachna, yes, there is True Strike, but there's other applications as well. Probably a Genjiro would have been slightly better, but it's also more gold than the Wingbow, which you can apply elsewhere. So either way, this Kronos, you know, on top of his ulti, he doesn't want to get kited at all, so that Genjiro going to make life pretty easy for him in that regard as well.
Yeah. 356 max damage right now.
Yeah, that is absurd. And get the crit, not the inherent
crit, the shield breaking
invis
debuff.
damage, yeah.
The backstab damage even.
Yeah, even if you smash him in the face, it's still get the backstab damage. They actually reference it as backstab damage, don't they? No.
No, I don't think so. I just made that up.
Okay.
Just Just the Genjiro damage.
I think that's thematically why you get that bonus damage, though.
Yeah. Probably.
Visiting into the pit there, and they had an observer orb, but they couldn't actually see him inside the pit. So as long as he's staying out there, they don't have a clear read on it. But the power throw going to mix that up.
They have a read on it, but does that mean they can stop it? Oh, whoa, Kronos. Okay, he's gonna leap out. Actually, he's not interested. You're kinda. Okay, there we go.
They're like, okay,
needed some help.
Got a
stuck
problem
on
here.
the cliff there. I'm a little surprised. I mean, they have the big time superiority when it comes to team fight. I guess not big time, but still, they have superiority.
Really, not when they're
fights
funneled into a small area like that with the Vindicator silence and the double sheep stick coming out for Kronos. Yeah, he hurts, but lock him down. They have triple. Oh, I said double sheep, but they have an extra sheep there built into the Witch Slayer, so a lot of utility in that regard. Next team that wins the fight does set such a great pacing for the remainder of the game, man. So with no token coming into the picture, I mean, both teams want this fight. This is essentially the game-ending fight that we're going to see. And
yeah. It's just a stare down right now. You can stare the most. Stare the scariest. Kronos going to go into it, tired of being stared at. Just going to sit there, though. Red power throw. So again, it's just Legion team, for all they know, I mean, they're just going to keep using that red power throw just in case. It's being done. Okay, here we go. The Kronos trying to time this where the red power throw happens, so he has a little bit of a window here. Going to go back in for it. Will Aluna maybe use that power throw any second? It might just be a little bit too late. It is. Kronos is going to be getting it here. And there we go, the token of life. So we see that message appear, and I'm sure fight for the best, not liking life right now.
Didn't really want to force it, given the positioning, but kind of felt like they needed to. Going up now against Token Kronos with that Genjiro, 3,000 gold on top of it. Damn absurd.
Yeah.
Gonna take out the last. Well, actually, no, they didn't get the bottom second tier tower yet. I forgot.
I mean, remember last time too, though, that Hellborn team didn't get to really use the token alive, and since of pushing with it ultimately. So
yeah, but this is a different stage of the game now,
it
too.
Definitely is.
Kronos is a lot scarier looking. So
how fast he's at, too. I guess that's an invigorate. Yeah, the invigorate helps.
It's definitely time to die. It is definitely time to die. Not even a question.
I'm hearing ride or die.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
all I hear.
Ride or die.
It makes no sense, but that's what I'm hearing. Bottom lane being pushed in by the Legion side creeps, so I guess a little bit of a sign of favoritism for them there. But in the meantime, we got Temp team. They're going to move back into their Ancients and push back the middle lane here, most likely. Might need to think about getting to that bottom lane eventually, though. And there you go, actually a port coming in. So again, a case of not going to really push it just yet. Still have about 5.5 minutes remaining on a token alive here. Need to do anything. 5,500 gold now in Kronos, man. I mean, at this point, especially with that token in there, do you sell the Rune Cleaver? Do you get something else in place of that? I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Simple as that.
The survivability or something like Rift Shards at this point could be pretty damn good. He hits hard enough already. Those Rift Shards will put him in pretty damn insane spots. So I would like to see it when he feels confident to do so. I don't really see a benefit to entering the team fight with the Rune Cleaver over another pickup here.
Yeah. Staff of the Master, perhaps. Kronos field, man. Staff. Yes. Which Emperor? He's just looking at me like, you're an idiot. Hey, man. It's powerful.
Sometimes.
Increasing duration and there's an and in the Staff of the Master effect.
All right, you know what? He has 2 item slots. Why doesn't he sell that Rune Cleaver and just go Restoration Stone, Staff of the Master?
Exactly.
That's it.
That's what I've been asking this whole game.
We got it. Then he can... Shout out to Zepro, by the way. That was...
Can you Restoration Stone a token alive?
No. No, I wish you could. That'd be the perfect timing. Just catch it on the...
It's at 1 second. Nope, 7 minutes.
Works for Roman Ra. You can get around the bottom pool.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. Okay, on a serious note, though, we do have both teams finally deciding to push here now. As far as going into the base, there's a double damage rune on Kronos, by the way. He still has that for another 28 seconds. Look at the crit damage. He is hitting hard, man. Hard, hard, hard. So the Legion team, they're going to have to fall back. They're not going to win this race. So fall back they do.
Now they lost the tower, makes defending that much harder too, man.
Still 10 more seconds with that double damage. Here we go. Flex going to jump in. The sheepstick coming out. Kronos to be locked on. More access done with that counter in the background. Kronos jumps in with a Kronos for the airstrike on top. Vindicator absolutely locked down. He will buy back immediately. Aluna falling though. In the meantime, Bombardier being chased down. The Gash is doing work here for Madman. He gets a kill on a Bombardier. Go for Plague Gunner. Plague Gunner will fall. Madman still has a shuriken head, but he needs to be careful now. He is going to start dropping. Down he goes. A shared face up. Graveyard stun. Oh, the stock away, and Madman will survive for now. Not much longer though. Madman goes down. Freddy Krueger style right there. Kronos though, thinking about coming back in, gets the Invigorate heal, and he still has that token of life, by the way.
Madman has the buyback, though, so fighting out overall, as well as Sheepstick's up. Again, at least for Flux, Vindicators is still down, so
there we go. Well, it's going to be jumped again. Madman did pipe back, which they're coming in with the Hex as well. The Silver Ball they use on him as well. The Rewind's doing a little bit of work right here. Kronos, yes, he will drop. But again, the token of life going to bring him right back up. You see in the background, Madman going for profit. One more auto attack, maybe. Sheepstick on a Kronos here in the meantime. Vindicator putting the auto attacks. Rewind doing work. Once again, red power throw coming through. Where the hell's Madman throughout all this? He was still chasing that whole time.
No rev ward. Kronos with no health is going to clean people on up, man.
He goes back in, but look at Madman. Look at him dive, man.
That's
9,700 gold on Kronos, by the way. Holy crap. Well, the
racks are alive.
The racks are well alive.
The token has been dealt with.
I think they dove a little too far.
Hope is not lost. I think they dove a little bit too far. Yeah, that invis from Kronos, though, man, did do a lot of work.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of buybacks, but not forcing double buyback, at least on any side. And
viewers think that it's buy the pie. They're just saying that because they know I'm hungry right now, and they're saying pie because I'm hungry. You guys are assholes, okay? Fry the even better.
Fry the pie.
Oh
no,
man. Oh
not quite.
man.
That is not the conceivable. That is definitely a positive breaky there. Just looking like they want to torment you.
Just torment, man. No, though, but yeah, obviously some overextensions there, to say the least, for our for temp team.
9,800 gold. He can literally buy
when you have
2 new max tier items here and just.
You're not too concerned, I guess. So not the biggest deal in the world. How's the shoulders? Yeah, that's true. I mean, they did build this team around Kronos. It's fair to say, but hey, that's how lineups work, right? It is a team game.
They did, but it's not like you look at Bombardier, man. Still 300 gold per minute, has a sheepstick, shrunken head, etc. Oh, pretty heavy weight on them, says Mega Beaver.
Yeah, Plague Gunner's the carry, obviously.
A little bit clever banter back and forth. Everyone's seen farm in this game or some sort of item pickup, except for the Aluna. Aluna's been sort of lonely there, sitting on her Steam Boots vestments.
Yeah, it's level 11 at least.
Yeah, meanwhile we play.
What the hell was that?
We just heard the Madman.
Yeah.
How did you make that happen?
I don't know. I just went to him and just freaked out on me.
He's like, get away.
We're gonna figure out what he says. I'm gonna figure that out in between these series here. So again, yeah. Speaking of that, it is actually right now is when technically the finals was supposed to start. So both teams forfeit. That's what happens. No.
Tournament's over.
Tournament's over. it just finishes. So again, the winner of this though going to be playing Justice League. That will be covered here on Hodcast in the final best of the 3 here. So as far as what is on the lines again, it's a $25,000. Well, no, it's not. I did not say that. 25,000 gold coin tournament. With the ultimate avatars as well, that'll be given away. So, speaking of that, you see Zitchy here playing the Aluna. Hey, if they win this game, he'll be able to get an ultimate avatar for Aluna because it's top 3 get that. So
that's true.
You go to the finals, you're getting that. So.
Well, he still has a 3rd place match, even if he falls here, right?
Even if they fall, yeah, there still is a chance.
So he'll be fighting tough for that one, regardless.
Could definitely still get it. So we have a week until. I guess technically just over a week until DreamHack, because DreamHack starts on the 15th, I want to say this Saturday, so yeah, we have just over a week till DreamHack, man. Yeah. It is coming up,
the team overview for Kung Fu Gaming was...
Yeah, posted on Ghosted Gamers.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Interesting group. They seemed confident that they can make some things happen, but in the end they're just like, oh, we all expect Stay Green or Complexity or X Trademark to win. And also some more bad news, though. I mean, not sure if you guys have heard out there on the scene, but the Vietnamese Dream Team, aka AFK Milking Cows from the Swedish Pride, the Swedish Pride winners.
Yeah.
Turns out their star Suicide player during that tournament, Fabelli is not going to be able to go to DreamHack. I know he's pretty young. I think he's only 15, if I'm not mistaken, but apparently, I think he's only 15. Yeah, he's an absolute monster, man. He is. I credited him as one of the star players of the team going through Ninja Pewee. Okay, he got his name Pewee back now, actually. So, Pewee, I should say. Absolute monsters. Well, actually, most of that team, the entirety of that team, is full of breakout players. But yeah, Fabelli will not be able to make it. So, having to make a quick adaptation here over the next few days. And there's only pretty much a week to DreamHack. I'm a little bit worried for them, man. It looks like a lot of teams are sort of suffering in light of this event coming up. But
yeah, that was unfortunate to hear, no doubt. I know obviously he's from Greece as well. He's the one player that wasn't from Sweden on the team, and being the Swedish Pride winners, the deal was that they qualified for it. However, outside of hotels and a couple other things, that, as far as the travel goes, they were going to take care of it. So I don't know if that factored into the decision as well.
Very well could have. I mean.
But yeah, still waiting to hear the official announcement of who their new fifth is going to be.
I said they want to take a few days to do so. So I'm going to be looking forward to it. I'll be keeping my eye on it. But yeah, a little bit of a hiccup there.
It's going to be a fun event, though, man. Again, I love the format. Well, we do plan on doing a podcast next week to really go over it and the format and all the matches that we're looking forward to and everything. So definitely tune in for that. We'll have more information on that for next week. But we've also been, again, doing a lot of things behind the scenes as far as production goes, and we have a lot planned for the event itself. Going to have a lot of fun, really. It's going to be an entertaining stream. That's what we're going for in the end. That's what it's all about. So definitely can't wait until DreamHack. For DreamHack, again, June 15th through the 17th is when it is. So just over a week. Anyways, back to this game now. Look at the Hellborn side. You got temp team. They're all ready to go. They're playing defensive here, man. They're just sitting in their base. I mean, they're not the team behind.
No, they have plenty of lanes to push out here. Kronos to pick up the wing ball on top of the Ganduro. Still sitting on that.
Post haste.
Oh yeah, the post haste. It's true. Still sitting on the rune cleaver at this point. Obviously he wants something like a token perhaps, but yeah, buying out on a crit right here and then dying because he doesn't have that much. I mean, he has a fair amount of stride, but he can still fall to first. And then dying and not having buyback and losing the game because of that. Can you imagine?
Yep. Suck.
Yeah.
Ride or die, though.
Ride or die. That's okay, right. He's not the kind of guy who cares about the buyback. He's all in.
Exactly. That's my version of YOLO.
That's your version. I got the YOLO. You got the ride or die. It's okay.
3,500 gold on Vindicate. I just feel like we're just reiterating how much gold's being pulled up all across the board.
It's because they're waiting on pickups here and nothing really coming from it just yet. Both teams sort of being stagnant and trying to farm. They're trying to find angles. Aluna actually getting off a ward and TPing the hell out of there. Look at that. Mega Beaver replacing a ward. A second later, neither side actually knowing since he did place it from Fog. So kind of a little funny back and forth there, but both the support players having a similar mindset.
Where's Madman at? 3,300 gold. He has a level 3 shield break. He actually did quite a little bit in that fight. Oh, I'm sorry, Madman.
Oh, yeah.
Totally just cursed you. I cursed the Madman. He's Hellflower, the Matrix. No, he's going to survive, though. The follow-up just wasn't enough right there.
They're going to wait till Meraxis has this combo up before they can do anything.
But yeah, he did quite a bit of damage last fight, and we do see here, with that gold being pulled up, he possibly could have another big item. You mentioned the Rift Shards on him now, especially with that gas change.
Yeah, but no token, no buyback.
Hey, ride or die.
Technically, yeah, ride or die. You can technically still get Rift Shards and have buyback because you can build it up and make sure. And actually, I'm trying to do the math here. He sold his Rune Cleaver.
No, I'm talking about Madman.
You know what the Madman, sorry, I was looking at that. Yeah, Rift Shards. He's kind of all in. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it.
4,500 on Vindicator. They all have one buyback outside of Aluna on this Legion side. That's pretty much it for the buyback situation. 5,300 more Chronos. Where? Just the creeps. Kongor is going to be up shortly, I would assume. Let's see when, but Icebrand on Flux. The Frosto Skull is pretty cool for him because of his discharge and the fact that it will hit everyone.
Yeah,
Wasted.
actually, talked about it. Savage Mace, no clear Savage Mace pickup going to be having. Sorry, we're talking about the Rift Shards, but no, there is the Wing Boat on Chronos, and
Yeah.
there's the Slayer being picked up by Vindicator. He knows I need the Savage Mace, and for Madman as well at this point, I would like to see him have that because they really need to focus on dropping this Chronos and Lucky Dodge. Unless you have Madman more on the duty of killing supports, and in that case, Rift Shards would be a little bit better for him, but Savage Mace would still do a fine job of it, especially in combination of it, and it would allow him to actually tear apart this Chronos as well, so see if he opts to go for that. It sort of depends on when the fight's taking place. This is Bananas plus token, though, if they get this Conqueror temp, and Chronos invis into the pit. They know, though, the quick
Throw to spot it.
and the quick red power throw coming out, and they're sort of forced to make this happen, man. I feel like they really are.
Oh, he's going to go out. Not going to go in. I just love all the wards here, man. This is ridiculous on both sides.
It's like Christmas.
Yeah. Refreshment rune spawning right there. It's not the biggest deal in the world. The rune top is a haste rune. It's going to go for it there. Looks like he sees some more.
He doesn't want to stay out there too long. He just wants to hit it to let them know that.
Invigorate.
Oh, Invigorate. Boom, boom, boom.
Ultimate killing ward. No. The other kind of ward there, and they're not going to jump him, though. That's a little too risky. So, instead, another stare down contest here between the teams. See again, Aluna just going to get his power throws up. Last time we saw, as soon as the power throw happened, then Chronos went in and looked to finish him off. Not going to do that, at least just yet. Aluna does port back to base, however. She wanted to get more mana to keep the red power throws going.
We've seen this standoff before and ended with the Hellborn team just taking Conqueror with no resistance being really put up other than a stare down.
There we go.
And Savage Mace, Vindicator has the gold for it. Buyback's nice, but
Aluna doesn't have red power throw for 10 more, 8 more, 5 more seconds, 4 more seconds. By the time she gets it off, Conqueror might, nope, never mind. Chronos gets away and
it's going in spurts, man. Yeah.
still have it, yeah. So, remaining to be Sticky Bomb actually aggroing Conqueror right there. It's a little angry, but I'll go back and do his hole right there. And back to sleep. With the Invigorate, the power throw hits him as soon as it goes in. Actually, the catch Chronos right here. The discharge coming out as well. The follow-up from Madman coming out. But the spread from the Hellborn team, there's that Chronos. Look at Vindicator. He'll just fall to pieces. The ultimate was already used by him. Madman's also going to get torn up. He barely stalks away in time. But the airstrike to help finish him off top of the play. Goo, and now Chronos is completely chasing him down. Aluna just gets absolutely destroyed. And Conqueror will be falling for the 4th time right here. Buybacks happening for Vindicator and Flux. Or 3rd time.
Yeah, they didn't have Bananas before, but either way,
it is Bananas here.
Conqueror goes down.
Sure did. Yeah, so getting close to that hour mark now. And
yeah, Rune Cleaver bit the dust at this point, 9,300 gold.
I mean, that was a chance for the Legion team. They got the jump that they were looking for.
Kind of. I mean, they got him sheep, but he got pushed out and had the Shrunken Head activated, and well, Vindicator Silence didn't matter in a case like that. More post haste being picked up, and
so now
all I can say is, man, they had the 6K advantage while they had a portal key on Witchslayer that they never use. He still is only sitting on 2 assists. He's had a portal key since pretty early on, and
yeah.
They had a clear window to take this game, and they didn't press it. Like, they were content to farm. No. Please, no. Window of opportunity. You have to realize your lineup's window of opportunity. I always like to stress that. And it doesn't matter. Yeah, sure, you can farm up and get late-game items, but you want to create that pressure and realize your relative strength. I mean, if this is when your lineup is absolutely going to be at its strongest relative to the enemy's team, take it. It doesn't matter whether they have a 4K advantage or not.
Here we go. Legion team is desperate right here. They're going to go all in right here. Chronos going to be gone. The big discharge, but do they have the follow-up is the question. Chronos still alive, and there's the counter. Chronos, look at the Legion team just absolutely falling. I mean, the discharges have been awesome here from Flux, but they just don't have the follow-up for it, really. So, GG, well played, and that will do it. Game number 3 will go to Temp Team, and that means our grand finals here for the Ultimate Series Aluna Banning Draft Tournament is going to go in favor of, well, it's going to be between
semifinals.
Temp Team